With COVID-19 spreading like wildfire, we all are in a panic mode. Everybody's scared, everybody's anxious. We are worried what will happen to our health, what will happen to our careers, how will we manage our finances, what will life look like after this. A lot of negativity and a lot of anxiousness is spread everywhere. The thoughts in everybody's mind these days start with the question: what if? How will we? When will we? What will we? I was no different. I was scared, I was anxious, and I was a paranoid too. With the lockdown, things just got worse. A day in my life could be summarized in just three little words: cooking, cleaning, and babysitting. Yes, that was all I was doing the whole day. This left me angry, sad, depressed, and yes, a little scared. Now, like everybody else, we had also stocked up the essentials before the lockdown, but then we had to replenish the fruits and vegetable stock. So, being the official shopper in the family, one day I decided to venture out. Now, venturing out during a lockdown period is nothing less than going on a war, isn't it? So, I put on my summer coat to protect myself from the sun. I put on the mask to protect myself from the infection, and I put on the helmet for obvious reasons. It was almost like Ravana wearing his armor before going on a war in the Ramayana series. So I started my journey towards the supermarket. The lanes were completely deserted. There was silence everywhere, a deadly silence. The corner restaurant, which used to be flooded with hungry folks, is shut today. The children's park, which used to be overcrowded with noisy kids, is lying empty. I could feel the fear and negativity rising in myself, but I had no choice. So I drove towards the supermarket. When I reached the supermarket, I was taken aback. I could see a long serpentine queue which extended till the next street. I was like, oh, so all of you are here. There was a lot of discipline and social distancing being maintained, but still, the paranoid in me didn't let me even go near the queue. I moved to the next supermarket, but the scene there was no different from the first one. I had to give up the idea of one stop shopping. I decided to buy my vegetables from the local vendor. So I went near the vegetable cart and started buying the vegetables in a hurry. There was a fearful thought in my mind. It was banging in my mind, telling me that the longer I am outside here, higher are the chances of me getting infected. So I quickly purchased all the vegetables I needed and started moving towards my vehicle. And then I saw an old man with two piles of lemons sitting there. I wanted to buy a few lemons, so I went near him. As he saw me, he gave me a broad smile, and in return, I gave him a fake one. I felt really bad for that old man. He must have been 75 to 80 years old. When everybody was sitting inside their houses, he had to come here into the market and sell his lemons so that he could feed himself and his family. But there was no sign of sadness or remorse on his face. In fact, I could see a lot of confidence and calmness on his face. I picked up 4 lemons and was about to pay him, and then I thought probably I should help this poor old man. Initially, I thought of giving him some money, but then the pride and self respect that was oozing out of every cell of his body prevented me from doing so. And I decided to buy a lot of lemons from him so that I could help him. I knew the lemons were too much for me, but then that was the only way I could help this poor old man. So I got a lot of lemons from him and I gave him the money. The smile on his face broadened a little more. But to my surprise, he picked up two more lemons and gave it to me for free. I thought, free? Free lemons? I didn't say anything. I sheepishly accepted those lemons and said thank you. And we parted ways. As I was driving back through those lonely lanes, I thought about this old man and his smile. How could he smile? Didn't he have any problems? How could he be so calm? He's over 75. Isn't he scared of the infection? How could he be so altruistic? The supply chain is hit, profitability is low, and he was offering two lemons for free to his customer. And suddenly I thought, the situation could be worse with him. But what he did was to respond differently. COVID-19 has affected our lives in very bad ways, I would say. But it has taught us a lot of lessons. It has taught us how interconnected we all are with each other. That was the smile that I could see on that man's face. And suddenly I started feeling different. A small little smile appeared on my lips too. I could feel the negativity being siphoned out of my body and positivity being pumped into my body. My friends, in these times of stress and uncertainty, it is easy to be selfish, to be in a panic mode, to be irrational and depressed. But to fight this pandemic, what we need is to be optimistic, to be positive, to be altruistic and collaborative. Happiness can help us steer through this tough time. We can choose to respond differently. We can choose to be happy and optimistic, not only at a personal level, but at a social and national level as well. As Brian Tracy had said, you cannot control what happens to you, but you can control your attitude towards what happens to you in a way that you master the change and don't let the change master you. My friends, happiness is a choice and optimism is an opportunity. Let's make this choice every day. Let's use this opportunity every time to steer us through this pandemic and to bring out the best in all of us. My friends, that day I came home with a lot of happiness and hope, and yes, loads of lemons too. And immediately I got back into my routine. You remember? Cooking, cleaning, and babysitting. But there was a difference. I was doing it happily. I was optimistic that this too shall pass. And above all, I was thankful for all the blessings that I have. Thank you.